I can definitely see why One Piece chapter 1110, it is titled Falling Stars. This has been trending honestly since Sunday, maybe Monday, one of the 2 days when the spoilers came out. A lot of different things were revealed, especially the Gorosei seeing their forms. After reading this chapter, yeah, I don't think they have normal devil fruits, because typically Oda, he reveals what type of fruit it is, and he didn't do that when he revealed their names. Zoro, his stocks are up. Just a lot of good things that happen in this chapter. I'm really excited to talk about it. I just want to give a heads up. Usually in my reviews, the scans, I like to include a few of the manga panels in them. I probably won't be doing that anymore. I think I'll just wait for the official chapter to release, because a lot of things on Twitter, on Reddit, just a lot of places, different individuals have been really cracking down on people not using the official translation. So I'm gonna take a step back. Doesn't mean I won't include scans in the future. Just for right now, I want to take a step back on it. But if you guys enjoy regular reviews like these, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a new video. That is, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's get into chapter 1110's review. In the last chapter, the Gorosei, they were special summoned by Saturn to Egghead, and this is because of Vegapunk about to reveal the information to the world. He is currently talking and trying to pass time. We know that he gave a 10-minute window. However, in this chapter, I guess the 10-minute thing, it doesn't really make as much sense to me, because there are 7 minutes left, and he's like, well, if anybody is going to try and stop us, they would have already done it by now. Nobody can interfere this quickly. So he's like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal the information, which I kind of get, because a lot of people, they've been complaining about it, talking about, oh, Oda always does this. He always uses stall tactics in order to slowly progress the plot, and a lot of people don't necessarily like that. So maybe that's why in this chapter Oda tried to clarify, or he tried to hurry up and speed up the process, because he's had that pattern in the past and a lot of people just haven't been the biggest fan of. In this chapter, we got the reveal of the Gorosei and their forms. Saturn, he is confirmed to be an ox demon, which is the Uchi Oni. Saint Marcus Mars is an Utsumade. Then there's Saint Topman Wakari, who's a Hoki. Saint Ethan Baron Vishnujiro, he is a skeleton horse. And then Saint Jupiter is a sandworm. We got probably, and Oda's been in his bag this hard, I ain't gonna lie, especially when it comes to the different panels. It reminds me a lot of earlier pre-time skipping, a little bit post time skip, when that was the peak of Oda with his art. But we got this amazing double spread showcasing the Gorosei and what their forms look like. I can see why Sabo, he wanted to get the hell up out of there during the reverie. I also want to mention, I think it was 2 chapters ago, whenever Luffy had Kizaru in his grasp and he had Saturn in what appeared like his hand was covering, or he palmed Saturn's face. Saturn is definitely the smallest of the Gorosei. Everybody is massive compared to him. And looking at the panels, the 2 that I like the most, the Itsumade looks really good, as well as the skeleton horse and the sandworm. All 3 of them probably are my favorite designs. I think the Itsumade is definitely my favorite. And since I'm on spring break, well, not this week, but next week will be the start. Today is Friday. I plan on doing an in-depth video, talk about the Gorosei, talking about what the different powers that their devil forms could be. Look for that video to go up sometime, probably either Tuesday or Wednesday. Vishnujiro, I think out of everybody, he probably displayed the best feat so far. It appears that he is freezing the Pacifista. He's going around just speeding around Egghead, trying to not destroy them, because remember, the vice admirals a few chapters ago talked about how expensive they are, how important they are to the Navy, and because of all the research and what they can develop into. So they don't want to destroy them, because that would leave a hole in their fighting force. So Vishnujiro, he is going around just freezing them. Reminds me, I mean, well, number one, he's a skeleton horse. I'm getting Ghost Rider vibes you guys might not, but I am. But at the same time, he is freezing them, similar to Brook's ability, which I think that's kind of cool. I've seen a lot of people say skeleton on skeleton crime. Are they gonna fight? You know, they have the same ability. I think that this is Zoro's opponent. I think he's a little bit too much for Brook. But if Brook were to go against him, I could see, you know, why people are making the argument for it. A lot of people have been on Zoro's neck. I am one that is included, because he had been fighting Rob Lucci for 6 months now, and not saying that Lucci isn't strong, but Zoro, I mean, he hasn't used Ashura, he hasn't used his Durag, but at the same time, Zoro needs to take care of business. There's a lot of crap going on in the island, and Zoro, he doesn't have time to be fighting against Rob Lucci. Sanji even mentioned this when he was headed towards when Jinbei was headed towards Zoro, talking about how Zoro, he's holding him back and being a nuisance. And Zoro, he noticed the immense hockey that's going on in Egghead with the Gorosei arriving. And he also heard Sanji talking crap to him. So Zoro, he went crazy. He locked in, and he was able to defeat Rob Lucci. And these scans, they probably are going to change the name of the attack, but the attack, it looks so cool. It is called the Leopard Hunter. This scene reminds me so much, and I'm not going to give Zoro too much flack, because a lot of the times he is in control of the fight, he kind of toys around or doesn't go all out because he wants to save his strength. It reminds me a lot of the Apu fight when he was clashing back and forth, but when push came to shove and Zoro needed to lock the fluff in, he was able to one-shot Apu. I also found that it was interesting during this chapter, they showed Venustra a lot, and they showed him spazzing, and then they switched over to Zoro, him doing a lot and him spazzing, and they switched right back to Venustra. So I wonder if this is implying, well, I think they're going to fight. I'm not sure if it's going to be in this arc. I would really like for it to happen, especially because the next chapter is 1111. We know that Zoro, his bounty is, well, those 4 numbers, as well as November 11th is his birthday. So if they were to fight, I don't necessarily need it to be a full-on, you know, extreme diff to the death fight, but I would love to see, you know, a quick little skirmish, a quick little clash similar to what happened between Zoro and Fujitora during Dressrosa. This chapter, it's really been focusing and highlighting on the Gorosei, just them trying to handle the situation, trying to shift the tides back into their side, seeing how they are taking care of the Pacifista, how they are encircling Luffy because he is Sun God Nika. You'll see the Straw Hats and Sanji, they're talking about how they need to get the hell up out of here because these 5 monsters are a problem. They relay the message back to Usopp and Nami's group, and everybody is there except for Jinbei, who is currently with Zoro, and Lucci, and then Zoro, he's there as well. Obviously, Sanji, he has Vegapunk, and Luffy, he is in the midst of all the chaos, which that fits Luffy's character. I do love that Usopp, he was the one to stop the Sunny. We know that Brook, he ended up icing the cloud so that they can get across. I also love the interaction between him and Lilith. She ends up kicking him. I just think that's funny. I'm also not sure. It appears in this chapter that Zoro was able to defeat Rob Lucci, but if he is going to get up, I think that's kind of why Jinbei is there. I think Jinbei will be there to finish up the remnants of what Zoro did to Lucci. The chapter, it ends with Jupiter is trying to eat Luffy. However, Dory and Brogy, they come in to save the day, saying that he's the type of individual that isn't meant to be in the dark, and that's true. He's Sun God Nika. I love this interaction. Luffy's like, hey, you guys are the giants from such a long time ago, and they're like, yeah, that's right, we just couldn't wait to see you. Really love this reunion. I think it's so dope whenever we're going to see, because it's going to happen plenty of times, that Luffy is going to reunite with so many people and meet them again. That's just something that I love to see. Luffy always talks about how he doesn't like saying goodbye. He likes to say it later because he always wants to see everybody again. And I love whenever it happens. Really, really, really good chapter. A lot of things that the community, they have to talk about, especially the Gorosei, because we need to know what all they can do. Like I said earlier, Saturn, he is confirmed to be an Ox Demon, which is the yokai, the Ushioni. So a lot of people who did their research, including myself, right? I want to pat myself on the back. We were correct. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how you guys feel about this chapter in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.